Hello dear students, today we are going to discussing about screening of antidepressants. So before that we have to discuss about what is depression. Depression is a major defective symptom, defective disorder that can be characterized by various symptoms. There will be exaggerated disturbances of cognition, mood, and it can affect various kind of mood swings. And there will be imbalance between central cholinergic system and adrenergic tone, and there will be decrease in norepinephrine, 5-hydroxytryptamine, dopamine, and GABA. And this is basically described by biogenic amine theory. That is, basic biogenic amine hypothesis is supported by all the fact that all the antidepressant drugs are act to increase all the dopamine, that means dopamine, serotonin, then norepinephrine transmission. And here this depression mainly results due to decrease in the serotonin, 5-hydroxytryptamine, noradrenaline, etc. Then coming to the symptoms, basic symptoms of depression are there will be a feeling of hopelessness or helplessness, diminished interest on our daily life activities, then insomnia will be there, then fatigue and loss of energy, feeling of worthlessness, etc. Then we can classify this depression into two types, that is unipolar depression and bipolar depression. And about this antidepressants, the basic classification of antidepressants are tricyclic antidepressants are there, that is example amitriptyline and imipramine. Then tetracyclic antidepressants are nianserin, maprolitine. Then SSRIs are there, that is fluoxetine, paroxetine, then sertraline, etc. Then SNRIs are there, that is venlafaxine, then monoamine oxidase inhibitors including moclobamide, then phenylephrine, etc. Then about this screening methods, the basic principles that are include to assess the relationship between clinical efficacy of known antidepressant drugs and their effects on various pharmacological test models. We have classified the screening methods into in vivo methods and in vitro methods. That means in vivo methods are classified into two types, that is based on the behavioral test, and activity depends on mechanism of action. About the classification of screening methods in vivo methods, that is behavioral test include test-pair swim test, then tail suspension in mice, then learned helplessness in rat, catalepsy antagonism in chicken, then suicide behavior in rats, behavioral changes after neonatal clomifene treatment, then activity that is depend on mechanism of action that will involve potentiation of norepinephrine toxicity in rats, then compulsive growing in mice, reserpine induced hypothermia, then tetrabenzene antagonism, yohimbine toxicity enhancement, then apomorphine induced hypothermia, then 5-hydroxy potentiation in rats, tryptamine potentiation in rats, then serotonin syndrome in rats, and sexual behavior in rats. We will discuss one by one about the test-pair swim test. Here, that is proposed, one of the proposed model for the test for antidepressant activity by Porson et al. That means it was suggested that mice or rats are forced to swim in a restricted space from which they cannot escape or induce to a characteristic behavior that is known as immobility. Coming to the procedure, we can select adult Strong-Rowley rats. About the weight of 160 to 180 grams are used, and the navy rats are individually forced to swim in a vertical plexi cylinder. Its height about 40 cm, diameter is 18 cm, then its water level will be 15 cm, and we have to maintain the temperature of 55 degrees Celsius. And here the rat or mice are placed in the plexi glass cylinder. That is, at that time the mice or rat will be vigorously swimming in a circle movement, that is, that will be trying to climb up in the walls of the cylinder after 2 to 3 minutes. And here this activity begins to subside, and the mice or rat will be trying to floats. Then after 5 to 6 minutes, here that the rat or mice will be reaches in the immobility time, the immobility behavior. So that means the rat remains immobile for approximately about 80% of the time. After 15 minutes in water, the rats are removed and allowed to dry in a heated enclosure, and before being they will be returned into the home cage. And we have to again place the animal in the cylinder 24 hours later, and the total duration of immobility will be calculated for a minute of 5 minutes. 5-minute test, and the test or the standard drug will be administered 1 hour prior to the test. and it has been found that there will be reproducible differences in the group can be obtained, and immobile animals means which means floating passively in the water in a slightly hunched but upright position, and the injection or the inject the test or standard drug before 1 hour of the test. And here the force-swimming test means the rat will be swimming or it will be struggling or it can be floating in the plexiglasses. And coming to the evaluation, duration of immobility is measured in controlled and treated animals with the various doses of the test and standard drug. And here this antidepressant drugs will be acts like a stimulant like amphetamine, which can be reduces the duration of immobility. That means if the drug will reduces the immobility means we can confirm that our drug could be act as a antidepressant. That's all. Thank you.